The most disrespected person in America is the black woman. The most unprotected person in America is the black woman. The most neglected person in America is the black woman.
In literature, we often focus on the male protagonists that seem to delve deeper in the male patriarchal system. Novels like Heart of Darkness by Joseph Conrad use Africa in its entirety as one geographic country, leaving the Congolese people as wandering black bodies to only be propped up through the violence of their white characters, and not once utter a word of importance to the story of the plot itself. Heart of Darkness can be seen as a post-colonial text that attempts to challenge the colonial standards. However, Conrad doesn't represent the black body correctly without upholding the same colonial standards that he's trying to criticize. Aimé Césaire had attempted to challenge the hierarchy of colonialism in his essay Discourse on Colonialism, which tries to criticize colonialism. And he also, Thurman, a black male author, accurately depicts the struggles that black women face in relation to both racism, colorism, and discrimination. The Blacker the Berries, the Buildings Roman of a story of a girl named Malu who wanted to get away from her hometown and the displeasure of living as a dark-skinned woman compared to the rest of her maternal family. In Jean Toomer's Cane, he also discusses the experience of a black woman, but Corintha is a woman. Men do not know that the soul of her was a growing thing, ripened too soon. They were bringing their money. They will not die having found it out. Corintha at 20, carrying beauty, perfect as dust when the sun goes down. Corintha. Tomb reiterates the physical nature that Corintha embodies, literally leaves her as an empty. This creates a voyeuristic view of women and enforces the very same gendered binary to trap women into the role of being the virgin or the whore. In addition, this relationship creates a binary of us versus them. Lauren is one of the few black queer female critics who offers various critical essays on the exploitation and mistreatment of black women through language text. And as a feminist writer and civil rights activist, Audre Lorde challenges the role to struggle through literature, language, and the overall sexuality of queer women. Within this country where racial differences create a constant of unspoken distortion of vision, black women have on one hand been highly visible, and so on the other hand have been rendered invisible through the depersonalization of racism. Even within the women's movement, we have had to fight and still do for that very visibility, which also renders us mass vulnerable, our blackness. Chandra Tripathi Mohanty in Feminism Without Borders, Decolonizing Theory focuses on the term solidarity and decolonization as the main ways of creating feminist literature that is diverse and cultured. Her criticism of feminism and its lack of solidarity between both women, non-binary people, and men is necessary in order for the balance to happen. Hana by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie is a modern text that tells the story of a Nigerian woman living in America after fleeing Nigeria during the Civil War. Not only is a Femilu a woman, she's a black woman. This creates disconnect between her and the rest of her experience through various places, such as the hair salon. Nonetheless, a Femilu still finds time to enjoy her youth through sex and other experiences. This is something that is rarely seen in black female protagonist characters that are often left to be asexual or demonized for their sexual promiscuity. At the end of this talk, I hope you guys are left with the question of who protects the black woman. In language, text, literature, black women are often left in the hands of someone else creating their own narrative for their own perverse views and wondering whether or not their own female agency is enough to represent themselves.